Welcome. Can you guys believe it's only been 1 week? Pretty insane. My name's EJ, team lead for EverReflect. My dear friend, partner in crime, H Unit's going to try to pop in later. I know that everybody loves his face a little bit more than mine. So welcome here to the January 27th, 2022 EverReflect official AMA. Our first of many utility token burns. If anybody's been watching, you would see on BSC scan that we have taken those 95 trillion tokens, unlocked them. There are now 5 trillion in the dev wallet, and 90 trillion have been burned again. So we will we'll burn those 5 trillion today. And there's also going to be our first tax reduction. So if everybody's aware, but there might be some people that are new here, we are reducing taxes on transactions and trades that take place on PancakeSwap. Currently, the tax is 20%. That is 15% BUSD reward, which will always remain 15% BUSD reward. There is a 3% marketing tax, and there's a 2% liquidity pool tax. So today's the 27th. In a week, we will burn another 5 trillion tokens, and then we will reduce the liquidity pool tax by 1%. And then a week after that, we will reduce the marketing tax by 1% once again. We will also be burning 5 trillion tokens every week thereafter, and burn through that 100 trillion that we have in the delayed dev wallet. I am going to bring this up and share my screen. So if everybody can see my current screen, if you were to go to our contract, and some people are a little, some people are very familiar with this, and some people are maybe even a little intimidated by it, but this is there any admins? Can you guys see this if anybody wants to pop in to make sure that the screen share is working?
I can see everything just fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
good deal.
looks good. Yep.
Cool, thank you guys. Sometimes it's funny because it's like I know that there's so many people here listening, but then sometimes it's interesting because I'm like, okay, I want to make sure that I'm actually sharing the right info. So if you go to our contract and then you click on the actual code, read contract, and write contract, you can go through read contract and then scroll down, and right around 18 and 19, you'll see the first two. Liquidity tax is at 2, marketing tax is at 3, and then rewards token is at 15. So what I'm going to do is on the actual contract right now, everybody can see the transaction taking place from the contract owner wallet. That transaction is processing. So it is still indexing. So as soon as that indexes, basically the marketing tax will no longer be 3. So the confirmation is confirmed. I will refresh, and if everything works like so, scroll back down, and we will be able to see now that under number 19, it's at 2. So marketing fee tax has now been reduced to 2. I will also go back to our token tracker where we can see that we've already burnt 505 trillion tokens. Pink lock, we've relocked the 90 trillion until next week, and then we'll burn another 5 trillion next week. And then right here at number 6 is the EverReflect deployer, which has 5 trillion tokens. So the goal will be that during these AMAs, we'll probably end up just burning it throughout the AMA. But due to the fact that this is the very first one, I will go into the dev wallet, and I will copy the burn address. And I will take those 5 trillion, and we will take that asset and meta, EverReflect, send to the dev wallet or to the dead wallet, max it out. Next, transaction is going to be processing right now, still pending. And that transaction is confirmed. Sometimes BSC scan's a little delayed with this, but we'll see. But nope, it actually ended up burning right away, and the transaction's already processed. So now we've burnt another 5 trillion utility tokens of EverReflect. That equivalent, I think today, was right around the range of, let me stop sharing the screen. I'm not sure of the exact rate of that on Pancake, but when we ran it earlier today, it was somewhere in the range of 500 billion. I'm sorry, 5 trillion tokens was the equivalent to 500 BNB. So a fairly staggering amount. It's actually right in the range of the top wallet that we see on BSC scan. There's also been a number of questions in regards to just other strategies, other things that we're doing currently as a team from a marketing standpoint. So now that we've reduced the 1% marketing tax, we burnt the 5 trillion tokens. There was a very nice video that was produced by Dirty Mike today on YouTube announcing that we are going to have a partnership with Green Life Energy. We had negotiated with their CEOs, and actually it wasn't even a negotiation. That would be kind of even far to call it a negotiation as much as a formation of families, because what those gentlemen stand for, what they're doing for the environment, is probably one of the coolest concepts for real world blockchain utilization that I've seen. So we want to support not only that team, not only that token, but they're going to also be supporting us. So in their wallet, which is going to be top notch, they're doing some development work that is it's going to kind of set the new standard of what certain apps should be able to do. They'll be able to utilize our utility token to help pay for clean energy. They're also working on some metrics to be able to reduce energy consumption. So we haven't figured out all of the details about that next AMA, but that next AMA that we have that's a partnership AMA will be with Green Life. And what we'll end up doing is we'll work with Mo and with Twitter, and we'll do that in Twitter space, because we haven't done any AMAs in that space yet. I just think it would be a big appreciation to all of our Twitter followers and members and advocates that are out there. But it's a space that we haven't utilized yet. So the next one of those we'll end up doing will be on Twitter space with Green Life Energy. You guys can hear that, huh? Brody, leave it. Leave it. So we're also in the process of building out the EverReflect official language groups. The first one that we'll announce will be our Italian friends and colleagues. So that is in the process. What we'll end up doing is probably releasing one every week, a different language. And it's a strategic process that I know that a lot of people have asked for different language groups, but we're not going to rush it. There does take some time to be able to find the proper people to administer, or to be the admins and to also be the mods. So we're taking our time. We're going to go through kind of an interview type process for those mods. But Italian will be the first language that we will release. That official group will be coming here shortly. Many of you were in the chat yesterday and saw that we have established a partnership with Flues. So you can actually use that link. You can actually also do the / and Flues bot that's in our chat. Gives you the capability of being able to buy EVRF from Apple Pay and a couple of other providers. So some people been a little, maybe newcomers that are just getting MetaMask or Trust Wallet might be a little intimidated by the process, slippage, making EVRF the constant. when you're purchasing it on, say, Pancake or PooCoin. That should be able to be another tool that people can utilize to be able to purchase EVRF directly from their phones using Apple Pay or some of the other credit card providers that they allow. We're having additional Coin Sniper ads coming out, so great work to Mo as well, and our dev Stu being able to produce those ads. Also getting in the production of CoinGecko ads. We also will just sign a deal that we're going to have a massive international crypto press campaign going out. That'll be going through Global Crypto Press. Sorry, say that 5 times fast. So Global Crypto Press, which goes to many of the crypto websites, those press releases. Want to say thank you to VP and H-Unit. Both of those guys are spending tons of time reading and writing copy, and making sure that we have that massive press release campaign that's going out globally. With that, we'll still have our standard Market Watch, AP, all those other press releases. So we'll be also sending out another press release today, but that'll include Global Crypto Press. 2 other things just to mention that are kind of cool, that are kind of EverReflect family initiatives that we wanted to start. We have many people are also very familiar with Telegram large-scale communities and groups. One of the strategic moves that we're making with our admins and with our board of directors is that we're actually trying to find, and I asked this on the last AMA, but it's another kind of community request. We're looking for more smaller scale crypto or utility token Telegram channels. Brody, leave it. Sorry. So anything that's anti-rugger, we have one that EP had put together. Those groups of 50 to 100 to 200 individuals that might have their own branding. They might have their own Telegram crypto group. They won't necessarily be the large scale 40,000 or 70,000. And that goes the same for YouTubers as well. If you find new YouTubers, now somebody I think is kind of on, there you go. Thank you for muting. YouTubers as well. If you find people that have YouTube crypto channels that are in the range of maybe 500 subs or 1,000 subs, they might not be as massive as some of, and quick shout out to Mobile Trades. What a video, because that is just very humbling. It's awesome that he's a part of the EverReflect family, and that he ended up doing that video. You know, it wasn't a paid video. It was a true alliance again. And he's also connected with Green Life Energy, so that was also an easy decision. So going back to what I was saying, smaller Telegram groups, people that have communities of 50 or 100, what we want to do is set up AMAs with those. Now, we understand that in a massive group like we have of 4,000 plus people, you might not be in that group of 50, or you might not be in that group of 100, or that group of, say, even if it's 300-400 people. We're putting together an EverReflect family calendar that will be coming up within the group chat. So that calendar will basically give you as a potential, calendar watcher, basically the opportunity to see what AMAs we have scheduled with what different groups. Some of these groups are private. So because of the reason that these groups are private, they don't sell advertising, and it takes a lot more, effort, because you have to find them, because I can't even search for them and necessarily find them. We have to be invited. And secondly, you have to then go through a conversation with, well, what can we offer? We'll do some EVRF airdrops. I think that a lot of people have seen that we've done a ton of airdrops this past week, but we'll continue to keep doing those airdrops for those smaller Telegram channels, and we'll make sure that it's on the calendar. So Sailor and I are working on that calendar because we want to be able to show everybody that maybe we won't necessarily be as active in just our group, but you will be able to know that we have other AMAs coming in other Telegram groups and other Discord channels. And it's a collective group of a few, maybe a few hundred, but they're not necessarily selling advertising. It's not the major shillers, major call groups that are selling their ads. One other note with that we have another AMA coming up later. We haven't scheduled it, the exact time or day yet, but if anybody's familiar with Tango Crypto, they have a gentleman they call Coach, and Coach is, I think everybody that has had even a 5-minute conversation with Coach, you'll realize that one, the man is no BS, which I love because he's straightforward. He understands exactly how this process works, and he's extremely knowledgeable. Secondly, with the no BS comes a ton of integrity. The guy is only going to be giving out information that he believes in, that he knows is trustworthy, that's been vetted. So we're going to end up doing an EverReflect AMA with Coach. And it's going to be a little bit different than these types of AMAs where we're just giving EVRF updates, we're burning tokens, that we're reducing taxes. This AMA series will just be other people within the crypto space that we feel can educate the community. So it's almost going to be like a education with EJ. And you won't necessarily be asking me all the questions, but we'll have special guests that will come in. You'll be able to ask Coach questions. He'll be able to kind of give his overview of what he thinks of the current market of utility tokens, maybe some inside information of, utility tokens that he's a fan of or the projects that he likes that are coming up. So that is also coming. So that AMA calendar, all those other AMAs, we'll make sure we get it loaded. I don't know if it'll be today. So I know that people want to have the instant gratification. Trust me, we do too. But the process is that it takes strategic goal setting to be able to get through some of these accomplishments. And we'll announce it to the group as soon as it comes out. We'll make sure the information's there. The last, and this is kind of my, I saved it for last because I just think it's cool, but I'm kind of a music nerd. So we're going to put together an EverReflect family Spotify playlist. We're going to start with yours truly. I'll pick about 3 or 4 songs, and then we'll get some songs from the board of directors. We'll get some songs from the admins, and we'll get some songs from the mods. The playlist will be about 100 songs on Spotify. Everybody will be able to subscribe to it. And it'll give a little bit of insight of like what some of the people on the team like to listen to. As that kind of gets established, we'll open it up to the community as well. And then we can create forks of basically that playlist, or we can swap in, maybe do votes, community interaction. I mean, I think everybody's at this point gotten to know that I'm a big personal relationship guy. I'm a big mindset kind of guy. So if anybody has that kind of character and they have that kind of mindset, that's who we want to surround ourselves with. That's the foundation of this community. That's the foundation of the individuals that we've aligned ourselves with, whether it be with YouTube videos or whether it be with projects that we're going to partner with. We want to build these alliances. We're not, even when it gets into the comparison to other tokens, we're not in this to be the only utility token. We're not in this to create more competition. We're in this to actually create long-lasting partnerships that bring real-world utilization to the blockchain. And that's where we're so excited about what Stu and the team are doing with our live event NFT tickets, because it's going to be something that we think that real-world people that aren't even necessarily in the cryptocurrency space will want to utilize, because they're going to be going to a concert. They're going to be going to a festival. They might want to check out a show. They might want to go to a sporting event. We'll be able to see where this expands. And NFT tickets are something that it's already in the marketplace, but we want to be the front runner. We want to be the best. We want to build it the best. We want to make sure that we have the best partnerships. And that's why we're starting with these strategic partners now. One other thing. Sorry. So congratulations to all the meme contest Twitter winners. We have airdropped those tokens. You guys are amazing. I mean, honestly, the creativity, some of the videos, I will sit back and see the either the TikToks, which were also amazing, and those winners, but also the memes that some people come up with are just hilarious. They're creative. Like, we can't thank you guys enough. You are, H Unit loves the term that, you are EverReflect. And it is, because we are EverReflect. And what people are doing with some of that creative nature is just expanding upon the fun that we want to have in this space and this community. We will be running some other competitions, but they will be announced. We might take a day break. Currently, we also have one other competition for Tango Crypto. So the gentleman and I just spoke of, Coach, he teaches classes and courses in Tango Crypto Discord Tier 2. It's a paid membership. It's monthly. I believe it's $25 or $30 a month. We ended up making a partnership with them. We're giving away 5 Tango Crypto Tier 2 memberships for the year, so that they've already been paid for. We'll be handing those out. We're also going to go through the process of next week. I think a lot of people know that I've mentioned it in the past, that I think one of my heroes in this space is Ivan on Tech. I love what they've done with Morales, and it gives people the opportunity to be able to learn some of the stuff about blockchain, different blockchains, not just BSC, but also Avalanche and Ethereum. But they do a course as well, and it's an intensive course on a couple different aspects of writing dashboards, of Solidity, of writing code. And so we're gonna do the same thing, where we're gonna find some people that are interested in that subject, or have the time or the capabilities to learn coding, to learn Morales, and we're going to offer some scholarships for people to be able to take their premium course on Morales. I think the packages are around $1,000 for the training, and it's going to be a gift back to the community for people that want to learn more in the space, because the key is education. There's so many people in this space that are brilliant, and then there's so many people in this space that are brilliant, but not necessarily with the best of intentions. So the more we can learn, the more we can, as a community, forge this foundation of education, of integrity, of kindness, of building true rapport with one another. It's going to really open up the opportunity for us to be able to do some things, I think, on the blockchain that have never been done, based on the foundation that we have already. And you guys are the foundation. I say it every single day. Thank you. We are humbled. We are so grateful to have the individuals that message us, that talk in the chat, that have come in. And sometimes I'm dumbfounded by how you even ended up hearing about EverReflect, or what communities you came from. And we just thank you. We thank you all the time, because you are the core. The saying of a token doesn't make a community truly makes a token, especially until we get to the point where we launch these utilities. It's critical. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, that you guys are EverReflect. It's not mine. It's not the team's. It's everyone's. And so we wanted to just, as a team, everybody that's on, the mods, the admins, the boards, everybody, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are the best community I've ever been a part of. And I think that everybody would agree, is from an admin and board standpoint, we are so, so grateful to have you. So with that being said, I think I got through my list. I'm not sure if there's any board or admins in the chat. Could you maybe unmute yourself and help me to select with who has raised their hands, so we can open it up for questions?
We're just muted. We don't have the raise your hand activated.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, then how about, sorry, that's probably one of the aspects of Telegram that H Unit always handles from week to week. And clearly I am not the Telegram professional. So Tina, how are you today? Did you have any questions?
No, that's good. We're seeing like everything is fine.
Good. Well, good. I hope the family's doing well. Kids aren't driving you too crazy.
Oh, like always, but it's okay. They're kids. Kids are kids.
Yeah, like my kids, like Brody and Blair. They keep you on your toes. That's for darn sure. So if there's any other questions, what we can do is you can unmute yourself and just say, I have a question. This might open up a can of worms, and I am so sorry that we don't have anybody else in here to help me. Hey, Kai, how are you, man?
Hi, mate. I'm good. Just wanted to ask, when is the tax reduction? Is it already happened, or do we have to wait? Happen automatically with the burn or something like?
Nope. So we did that right at the beginning of the AMA. So the 1% of the marketing tax has already been reduced on the contract. So the total tax is down to 19%. And then right after that, I had also burnt the 5 trillion tokens because to kind of explain that concept, going back to when we decided to launch this token in the tokenomics, we wanted to have a stellar BUSD reward token, but then we also needed to get it out of the gate. So we started the tax higher, and we'll be reducing the tax down to 17% over the next 3 weeks. The token burn concept is because of the fact that circulating supply was at 500 trillion. We want to get that to 400 trillion. 400 trillion as strategically as we can. And then once that burn is gone, we'll have utilities that'll also incorporate a burn function with a BSE scan chart and with our NFT tickets.
All right, for sure. Thanks for the answer.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you taking time out of your day today.
No, for sure. Cheers.
So we can let somebody else try to unmute. And if you have any other questions, hey, Luca.
Hello. Hi, AJ. How you doing?
Good, man. How are you doing today, brother?
Oh, fine. Thank you. I was looking at some ways switching from EGC to US, and as a matter of fact, it's fantastic. And it's mostly because, in my opinion, they don't interact so much with people, with the community. And these AMAs are the way to interact, in my opinion, still. So keep going with that. Great job, guys.
Thank you. Well, there's only one of me, and I can't be cloned because unfortunately we're not at that point in life, and I'm not sure the world could handle 2 EJs. But the admins are that extension. They are some of the kindest, smartest people. So what they're doing in the chats and on Telegram, on Discord, on Twitter, on Reddit, getting into Facebook. That is another ad that I forgot to bring up that Stu's handling, that we're going to do a massive Facebook campaign for the EverReflect channel or page. But yeah, I mean, this is, and I understand we say it a lot because we owe a ton of debt to EGC and to SafeMoon. Like, these tokenomics and this concept wouldn't be here if they hadn't been the front runners to kind of blaze the path through the Amazon, like I talk about, because there's a lot that they did that was for the first time. And because they did it for the first time, everybody can go back and be like, oh, well, they ended up, why didn't so-and-so do this? Or why didn't so-and-so do this? Or why did they choose this? Or why did they do that? It's because you don't know. You don't know until you actually try it. And so we're trying to forge forward with that kind of same concept of, like, we're going to take strategic, educated, chances at time. But in all reality, we're trying to blaze a new path that we think other tokens will follow. And we've already seen this with a couple other projects that we'll see how the partnerships work out and what the alliances will be. But the concept of tax reduction, the concept of delayed dev token burns. But the community, it still goes back to the community. Like, it's the foundation. I mean, I'm not joking when I say that's what this is, because otherwise it's just a smart contract that's flying around with some BNB on PancakeSwap. It has to be the individuals. It has to be the rapport. It has to be the friendships that can be able to take this 4,000 to 40,000 and 40,000 to potentially 400,000. Like, we have the capabilities, and we're setting the structure in place to be able to actually do that and to see some amazing growth and also see a real world application with those live event NFTs that could revolutionize not only just the entertainment space, but the concept of small time promoters, small time artists to be able to get some of the revenue from the secondary ticket market. So what everybody's doing to be able to have us work behind the scenes and get some of these things in place and to build it with strategic goals, strategic timelines, because nothing is going to be instant, but you're giving us the opportunity to build this for you. And as that's being said, there's so many people that are just in the daily chats that are constantly interacting, constantly answering questions, and doing it with humility and doing it with kindness. So we thank all of those people, because we can't necessarily always be in the chat for 24/7, like if it's one individual, but we'll try to pop in as much as we can, try to interact as much as we can, and going to this 2-a-week EverReflect official AMA schedule of kind of the education with EJ. That's not what it's called. I'm just referring to it as that, as the special guest, and then also the additional EverReflect burn and tax reduction AMAs. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I'm really, really looking forward to that. I can't even say that it's going to be similar to this, but there's a gentleman named Lewis Howes on Spotify, and he does a podcast called The School of Greatness. One of the greatest Spotify, YouTube podcasters ever. So if you guys get a chance to listen to Lewis Howes, School of Greatness, I love his interviews. I love his style. I love that he always acknowledges his guests at the end. That is the type of interviews and kind of AMAs that we want to have our educational sessions to be. So if anybody else wants to, whoa, special guest alert.
Yes, yeah. Finally got a chance to step away from work for like 5 seconds. Did we already set the money on fire or what?
Yeah, we already burnt. We already reduced.
Oh, man. If only I didn't have to be at work, you guys. I had a whole big thing planned up. I was going to make like a check for like $150,000, just set it on fire with a blowtorch. It was going to be awesome. What?
Yep. It's
work.
We're going to have a couple more, so you don't have to worry.
Oh, good. Yeah, maybe next week I can actually get back to a normal schedule. So.
I mean, you look good, though. I will admit. I mean, you guys can kind of see I like to kayak. I like to wear my North Face hoodies. I like to walk my dog. But, man, those sunglasses, that coat.
Yeah. These are my normal glasses. I got the transition lenses, so I was just out.
Oh, that's even fancier, transition lenses. I mean,
I'm going to pop in, say hey to this awesome community and all that good stuff, and say hey and tell you snickerdoodles, because you know what I mean.
I know. I talk too much. he brings it up that I ramble.
Yeah, just a little bit. I just wanted to pop this, say hey to everybody, and let you know I'm still here. I haven't been too active lately because working 12 days in a row, and hopefully in the next couple months, just make EVRF full time.
Right, because your manager's out, right?
Yeah, my assistant manager. I'm the manager, but my assistant manager COVID, and I don't have another one, so I gotta be here. I gotta man the ship.
Yep.
Captain, all that good stuff. So.
Completely understand and respect that.
We'll see y'all later.
See you, H Unit. Appreciate it, man.
Hey, Jay, I got more of a statement or a question.
Yeah, hey, Ted.
I think a lot of people were expecting the 5 trillion burn to increase the price in their wallet. And I think it might be a good time to address why that hasn't happened.
Yeah, well, so token burn affects the circulating supply, and it'll also affect the market cap. It does not directly correlate to the price, because price is based on two things, right? The number of tokens that are in the liquidity pool and the amount of BNB that's in the liquidity pool. So this is kind of a good, one of those other things that's a learning process that we're trying to do with everything that we do with EverReflect. The circulating supply going down decreases the scarcity of the token. So in essence, the value of the token is increasing because there's less of it. And as we end up growing and as we end up continually doing these burns, you will see the concept that the price should reflect because of the scarcity. It's not a direct correlation to either liquidity pool pairings. So if the liquidity pool pairing had changed and we adjusted the BNB, or if we adjusted the number of EVRF utility tokens in Pancake, that would directly correlate with the price. But it directly correlates with the circulating supply and it directly correlates with the market cap. But it has nothing to do with the exact price of the token reflected in, say, your Trust wallet or your MetaMask, or even on the chart.
Perfect. Cheers, buddy.
Thank you, Ted. Appreciate it. But there's a good guy as well. I mean, I know that he's in a couple of the other chats that I'm with, but he is a blast, and he's just another one of those extremely knowledgeable people. So thanks, Ted. All right. Who else has a question that you want to mute yourself, and then I'll be able to let you go first. No other questions?
What's your favorite Kanye album?
Whoa. Hey, Bayo. What's up, man?
Oh, yeah. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah.
First off, it's an incredible project, and I'm grateful to be part of it. And a lot of people in the community, I know that part of the Evergrow community as well. There's a lot of talk comparison between the two. So I'm like kind of in between. I'm part of the other community, but would love just to kind of like see the difference between the two. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to go all in. So if you could talk a little bit on that would be great.
Well, it is similar. As far as the communities go, I would recommend holding both. I mean, it's kind of like the concept of, I've said this before and I'll get some crap talked about me, but like, it's like collecting baseball cards or trading cards. Like, we don't expect everybody to just trade Fleer or Topps or just one brand, or say it's just football cards or just basketball cards. Like, utility tokens don't work that way. There's very few people that hold just, and maybe there's some massive, like maybe Stapleton holders that's the only token they have, but like, I doubt it. This is an industry where people hold multiple. So first and foremost, I would say continue to keep holding Evergrow, but also potentially you see the fluctuations in the volatility even of that token, which has over 100,000 holders, to buy the dips. Like that's how this strategy works to benefit in the long run, is that you make consistent buys, buy on the dip, sell if it's high potentially, or just keep holding and adding to that stack, because it's a reflection token of the USD as well. The difference that we ended up changing was that they do an 8% and we do a 15%, but we modeled it after what we saw with them. We also saw that there was a lot of people that were calling out for EGC to be able to reduce their taxes, because you saw the percentage of where the taxes were going. So that was where we incorporated the concept of reducing the tax. We also did away with the buyback and burn. Buyback and burn does increase some green ticks in the chart, and it does add some liquidity, but you lose the long-term benefit of the burn capabilities once basically it's diluted. So you can see on their chart that it's basically not burning. Maybe it's as fast as they want it. I don't know. But we wanted it to burn faster. So that's why we did the delayed dev burn, get away with that component and that tax. So they have the 4 taxes, we have the 3 taxes. The other big kicker for us is just where I've been in large scale event planning, live events, music, concerts, festivals, all of that for over 20 years. Started basically at Michigan State, booking stuff back when I went there in 2001? So now starting 21st year. I have a huge passion for live events, for festivals, and for concerts. And so that's where the formation of my love of tokenomics with my family and with a bunch of close friends, that we came up with the concept. And I give a lot of credit to BP, because BP was the one that was able to like finally solidify this concept of the live event NFT ticket minting. And it could be something that's revolutionary to the ticket process, because if you think about buying a ticket now on Ticketmaster, it's $25, and you might see that those tickets sell out in a matter of seconds, similar to kind of crypto, but also the price may increase. And if you wanted to buy, say, a Luke Bryan concert ticket for $50 when it goes on sale, you don't get in. So then you have to go to a secondary ticket exchange like StubHub, and you might buy it for $250 or $500. Well, that secondary funds goes directly to the ticket holder. It never goes back to the artist, it never goes back to the promoter. And being in this industry, everybody always celebrates like the big sellout concerts, but there's so many in the shuttered venue space that actually have lost money on so many other events, because a lot of times you'll have 2 or 3 shows that lose, and then you'll finally have a big one that gets you into the profits. But you're basically averaging over the course. So this would give the opportunity for those promoters to be able to have some of those funds from the secondary ticket. So I we're a community that we love other projects. We like to share vetted projects. We will have guests and devs from other projects like Green Life. And then I won't name some of the other ones, but we have every intention of bringing in other devs. We're never in the game of drop that token and buy ours. Never will be. Like even if you look at the dev wallet that just burned those tokens, I think there's 2.5 billion EGC tokens in there. And then we'll also be adding some Green Life energy tokens to either our marketing or the dev wallets. We do that strategically, and we clear out all the other tokens so people can see it's not necessarily an alignment or a partnership like it is with Green Life, but it shows our dedication, I guess, and just our being grateful to those tokens coming before us, because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. And that's just the facts.
That's amazing. Thank you.
So thank you, man.
Yeah.
All right. We'll take probably two more questions, and then I have another partnership call at 1:00. So
hey, EJ, it's Dirty Mike. How you doing today, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Dirty Mike? How are you, bud?
Good to finally talk to you on the phone or Telegram and not just over messages. How you doing today, man? Good?
Yeah, good, man. Appreciate it. Everybody check out Dirty Mike Crypto on YouTube. The stuff he's doing for us. He found us. We couldn't even go searching and find this guy. So thank you.
Oh, man, you're too kind. I got a quick question about some things I've been seeing in the chat. If you could give me an update, or everybody an update on the future of merch and when we can expect to be able to buy some merch.
Yeah. So I will say this. Merch has been, we started this process with the planning. I mean, a lot of people know that we decided this project was going to happen last November, and then we took 3 months to launch it. We currently have the team of myself, H Unit, and Stu are all working at sourcing the best place to produce our merchandise and then offer it on the website that doesn't take a huge, massive hit for international shipping. That's been the hang up almost with every provider that we've looked at, with every Zoom call, video conference that we've had with people that can do fulfillment in the sense of like, this is a very, very nice hoodie. So if I paid $60 or $70 for this North Face hoodie, it's great. But if it's going to cost you another $100 to get it shipped, that's where we're running into. We know this is global. We know that, people from China to Australia to India to Africa to, obviously, being in so many different continents, so many different countries, we have to make sure that the international shipping is taken care of. But fulfillment's the big part. So updates, I will make sure that we end up having a more official update for merchandising, that I'll make a note of it and obviously write it down in my notes. We're working on it every day, but to give you guys maybe some of the shipping rates of what we're looking at and why we're trying to be as not frugal, but we're trying to be as logical and ethical about what the shipping costs will be for that merchandise.
I don't know if you've checked out Shopify yet, but they have a pretty good program for the international and domestic shipping that usually is an arm and a leg. I'm not sure if you guys have been down that road yet. Yep.
So Shopify's on that list. Printful's on that list. Teespring's on that list. I use Printful for one of the other websites that I've done with marketing. So that will be something that we'll make sure Sorry, Bao. I need to just mute you just because I was here in the background. It will be coming soon, though.
That's exciting. We can't wait to start running the merch in public.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Then we'll probably run some sort of contest that EP will put together, and post your best photo on Twitter or TikTok or wherever wearing EVRF family swag. It'll be cool.
That's great. We'll let somebody else get a chance. Thank you, EJ.
Hey, thank you, Mike. So we'll take one more question, then I'll put us right around the 12:50 time frame, and then this will be recorded. We will also upload it to YouTube, and probably will come out a little bit later today, probably about 4 or 5 o'clock. So one last question. Anybody?
What's your favorite color?
I knew it. Tina, I should have called it. You couldn't resist. I knew it.
Well, partner, you were standing there like solo.
Oh, it's all good. Nah, H-Unit's working hard. He has a baby to take care of. So what was your question, though?
So what's your favorite color?
Favorite color? My whole life I've always said blue. Like, blue's always been my go-to default. Like, oh yeah, my favorite color is blue. But then I find myself wearing a ton of like black and grays. Like, I like I'm not really a bad boy, but sometimes I think that like the grays and the blacks always. I'm kind of just plain when it comes to like the colors I wear. But if I had to default, I will go with what I've been saying since I can remember as a child. The color is blue. So. All right, you guys. So with that being said, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate every one of you. We burnt 5 trillion tokens today. I think value of 500 BNB, which is pretty awesome. We'll be burning another 5 trillion next week, reduce the liquidity pool tax by 1%. And now the overall EverReflect tax is at 19%. We appreciate you guys all. Best community. This truly is the EverReflect family. And we're grateful and humbled to be just able to do this and be able to just converse with you on, a regular basis. So thank you so much. We'll see you guys in the chat soon, and you guys have a great day.
All right. Take care, EJ.
See you, Blasternauts.
Yeah.